An icon of global cinema and the senior-most film director in the world, Sri Lanka Abhimanya Dr. Lester James Peries passed away last night at the age of 99.
These images were from the 23rd of March this year, when the father of Sri Lankan cinema, Dr. Lester James Peries, celebrated the birthday of his wife Sumitra together with Newsfirst. This was to be Dr. Lester James Peries' final appearance on TV. Lester James Peries was being treated at a private hospital in Colombo when he passed away at 8:45 p.m. last night at the age of 99. His remains were brought to the residence on Lester James Peries Mawata, Colombo 5, where it will lie until 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow for the public to pay their final respects. The final rites will be observed on Wednesday at Independence Square with full state honours. Born on the 5th of April 1919 in Dehiwala, Dr. Lester James Peries received his secondary education at St. Peter's College, Colombo 4. He joined the Daily News at the age of 17 and shortly afterwards began creating short films using his bilingual talents. He travelled to the United Kingdom, where he honed his craft in film, and on the 29th of December 1965 he gifted the film Ray Carver to the country, marking the beginning of a revolutionary chapter in Sri Lankan cinema. As a filmmaker, Dr. Lester James Peries broke with the tradition of following others and instead pioneered a new path for the film industry in Sri Lanka. He became the first Sri Lankan film director to step outside the confines of the studio and to embrace natural settings for his remarkable films. His film Ray Carver went on to be featured at the Cannes Festival in France, making not only his mark but the mark of Sri Lankan film on global cinema. Lester James Peries was also a pioneer in creating film adaptations of popular novels, successfully translating the visions of Martin Wickramasinghe's Gamperelia, Kali Yugaya and Yuganthaya to the silver screen. A few more feathers in his cap were the films Sandeshaya, Ransalu, Delawak Athara, Golu Hadawata, Nidhanaya and Vakanda Walawa. With the release of Gamperelia in 1963, Dr. Lester James Peries earned his place among the top 10 filmmakers in Asia, and in 1972, Nidhanaya was adjudged among the top 10 films in Asia. In an industry dominated by Western cinema, Satyajit Roy's Pathar Panchali, Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon and Dr. Lester James Peries' Ray Carver called out to the world that there was a thriving and dynamic film industry in Asia too.
Lester James Peries will be mourned as the leader of Sri Lanka's first new wave. In fact, his significance is such that he was part of the emerging new waves across Asia. For example, the start of the Japanese new wave in the late 50s. Lester's debut film, Rekawa, The Line of Destiny in 1956, was often compared to Sajid Ray's debut, Pathapanchali, in 1955. But Rekawa was indeed significant. It broke with convention by shooting on location, and it gave cinema back the voice of the ordinary people. Here's what Lester said about his start. When he was offered to shoot his first two films, he was given total freedom to choose my own stories, select my own crew and import new equipment. And I had to accept because it was both an act of cowardice and stupidity if I didn't. So that was Lester, a brave man, and 2018 will go down as a year of mourning. We lost Dhamesana Patiraja in January this year, and now we've just lost Lester James Peries, the leader of Sri Lanka's first new wave.
Throughout his career, Dr. Lester James Peries gifted 20 films to Sinhala cinema. His final creation was Amma Varune, released in 2006. Today, at the time of his passing, the film Vaishnavi, directed by his wife Sumitra Peries, a celebrated film director in her own right, is being screened in cinemas across the island. His greatest gift to Sri Lanka is probably the foundation he has laid and the legacy he leaves behind, which has allowed celebrated filmmakers who came after him, including Dharmasena Patiraja, Dharmasiri Bandaranayaka, Prasanna Vithanage, Ashoka Handagama and Vimukti Jayasundara to take a cue.
It feels as if everyone has died. He was like a father to us all. It was like a part of my life. I've known him for 50 years. I've known him before he started making films.
In spite of his great success and trailblazing work, Dr. Lester James Peries was the epitome of humility and shied away from extravagant luxuries. His life's work, his personality and strength of character have all combined to ensure that he leaves behind a truly indelible mark on the history of global cinema and in the hearts of cinema fans across the world.